Hey everybody, Cheryl here from Healthy Living Garden to Table, and today is Taco Tuesday, where every single Tuesday we bring you a brand new taco so you can have a variety in your life while still getting that Mexican fix. Today's taco is going to be a chicken tomatillo taco, and I guess you can try saying that 3 times fast. But I did a little prep work before I came on because I had to roast a few things. So you roast your vegetables first on the tomatillo sauce, and let me go through what that is. So if you've never seen a tomatillo, let me show you. I did roast one of them. You can see that. And they actually just look like, they don't look like brown like that. They look like this green. And they come with this papery, so if you've ever seen anything with this papery stuff on it, that's a tomatillo, and you take the paper off. And it's it's from the tomato family, and it has a mild flavor. But what this recipe calls for is to make our tomatillo sauce is going to be tomatillos, roasted red peppers, roasted garlic, and a roasted jalapeno all in. So then we're going to blend that up with some lime juice and some cilantro. So what I'm going to do is, let me start getting these peeled, is I'm going to put them all in a mixer. Whatever mixer you have is fine. I'm going to cut this up later. That's the jalapeno. And what you want to do is you want to take the skin off of it. These are, it's a little warm still. I don't want to burn my fingers, so kind of been taking them off with the tongs. And what I did, you can either roast them, you can roast them in the oven, 425 degrees, for about, probably around 15-20 minutes, just until they have that char on the outside. And I did them actually in my air fryer, on the grill setting. If you don't have an air fryer, definitely go ahead and do it in your oven. And you don't have to be picky about getting all of the skin off, just some of it, depending on what kind of mixer you have. On my Vitamix, it'll devour it. So I am going to take, I didn't take off the end, I'm going to take that off. Okay. Let's see if these come off. Oh, it's a little cooler. Okay. There we go. And then the for your red bell peppers, you want to make sure you take the skin off of those. I love roasted red bell pepper. You know, even to make this quicker, you could just put it on a cookie sheet, all of the vegetables on, and roast it, or you can buy your roasted red bell peppers, but you have to do the tomatillos anyway, so it's not like you're saving so much time. But if the red peppers are not available, and if you have some in the cupboard, that's fine too. Oop, that's hot. I'm gonna put that down. Okay. I'm gonna take them out of this container. I think that'll cool them off faster. There. Okay. And the other thing I'm gonna make is I'm gonna make some black beans and some chicken, and we are gonna put this tomatillo sauce in both. Okay. It's not burning my fingers. You always can take, when you do the red bell peppers, you can also, after you're done roasting them, put them in a brown paper bag and let them sit in there for a little while, and as it cools, it'll make the skin easier to take off. I just did this, so it's a little warm still. Not coming out probably as easy as you would do. Okay. Just in here. Smells so good. Okay, down to the wire here. Okay, and then the garlic is actually going to be a little bit milder because of the fact that we roasted the garlic. So if you've never had roasted garlic, it's actually very, very mild. So I'm going to put both of those in. And then for the jalapeno, I'm going to take, and I'm going to cut it in half because part of it I want to put in this tomatillo sauce and the other part I want to put in my black beans. Okay. All right. And I am still, even though it might be a little mild when you roast it for the seeds and the inner area of the jalapeno is where the heat lives in the membrane. I still took it out just in case because I don't want to bite down into anything really, really hot. I like a medium heat, but not real hot. Okay, let me put in here some lime juice. I have a half a lime left from, I'm going to save that for my beans. Put this in here. There we go. Lime juice, and we're going to get a handful of cilantro in there, and that's pretty much it. It's about a cup of cilantro. I need my lid. Okay, let's give that a quick whiz. And that's ready. Okay. Chicken tenders, I already bought them already cut up this way, so I'm going to get that on. I'm going to get the pans are on and getting hot because we want to make sure the pans get hot for us. We don't want to be waiting on the pans. One I'm going to do the black beans in, the other I'm going to do the chicken in. And so I've been doing a grapeseed oil as opposed to olive oil because it has a higher smoke point than olive oil does. So that is what I have moved to. Get those rocking. Clean off my tongs here because I'm using them. There you go. Alright. Nice sizzle there. You want to make sure you're not overcrowding the pan because otherwise it ends up boiling your meat and that's not good. So in this pan I'm going to have onions and garlic for my black beans. And then I also have, I roasted a red bell pepper. It's actually an Anaheim pepper. At the end of the year, during the fall, and I froze a bunch of them. So this is, so I froze them, and that's what I'm going to use in here is the Anaheim pepper. So it's a nice sweet pepper. I always use red pepper or red onions because they're sweeter. And I found out that when you use onions, you're not supposed to refrigerate onions after you cut them because they let off a gas or something like that. That it's actually not good for you. Just fun facts to know and tell. So, okay. My left eye on the chicken. There we go. Put the grapeseed oil in the pan. Just about a tablespoon is enough. And then whenever you putting any food into your pan off your chop board, if you're using your knife, make sure you use the back of it, because if you use the front of it where you chop, you're going to dull your blade quicker. I don't want those too high. They both need to be about medium heat. And what we're gonna do with the chicken is I'm gonna cut the tenders, and then when they're all cooked, I'm gonna put them back in the pan and put the tomatillo sauce in it. And then the same thing with the beans. After I get done cooking the beans, I'm gonna put tomatillo sauce in that as well. Except for the beans is gonna have that red pepper in it, and these extra pieces of onion. Okay, now I'm going to chop up the cilantro. I'm going to put the garlic in next. Garlic. Get that cooking. Give it a quick whack. Get the skin off. Put that in now. There we go. I've been coming across some pretty huge pieces of garlic lately. Pretty big. So what I always do is I always take my grater, it's a zester grater, and I always grate my garlic into things, because then you're not biting into garlic if things don't get cooked down as well. And it just minces it really, really good. So you just hold it over your pan and just run it. Okay, so then this one gathered at the end, or at the back of it. So you're just going to give it a quick tap. And then if there's anything still left over there, you can run your finger and get it off of there. But make sure you're not running it against there, just so you're cutting your finger. This one looks pretty clean. We're going to go ahead and nothing like the smell of garlic and onion. Okay. Next is going to be the rest of the cilantro, just to brighten up the beans. And then whenever I do a cut on any kind of herbs, I always like to roll them up almost like a cigar. And the tighter you can roll them, the better. And then so when you're rolling it really, really, really tight like this, I would say parsley is easier to do than cilantro, because I think it's kind of slippery or something. Just roll it as tight as you can get it, and then cut it, and it makes it where it's cut, where it's just cut smaller pieces. And then I just give it a quick turn, gather it as tight as I possibly can, and run my through again. You always want to keep your knife end down, and then you lift the back up. And yes, safety-wise, and it's quicker. Okay. Put that aside, and that's going to go on last, because I don't want it to be in there all mushy. Okay, and then I have the little piece of the jalapeno left. I'm going to put that in the beans. Just give that a quick dice. Okay. There we go. Nice. Okay, that's brown enough. I'm going to go ahead and add my black beans. Now, I cook my beans ahead of time. This is about probably equal to about a can, maybe a little bit more than a can worth of black beans. I do make my own black beans at the house from dried. I use my rice cooker to cook all my beans, and you just soak them overnight or soak them 4 to 6 hours, dump out the water, fill the water, put them back in the rice cooker on white rice, and in 40-50 minutes it's done. So you will never go back to can after you try these, I promise you. You control all the ingredients, the sodium levels, etc., and they're not sitting in a can when you make your own. Now, granted, I do buy a can. I have a can of beans, pretty much of every kind, just in case. Because, you know, it's always that one time you're like, I really need a can of black beans for black bean soup or whatever, and you don't have it. So, anyway. Okay, that's good. So next I'm going to cut this, I'm going to move some of this over on my cutting board here. good still. Okay, good. Love my cast iron pan. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this red bell pepper, or red Anaheim pepper. And this is how easy the skin should come off. So, see how easy that is? It has a lot to do with because I froze it when it was, after it got cooked. Yum. Oh. See how easy that came off? Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and give it a quick chop and put it in my beans. It'll give it a nice fresh taste. Love it. Okay. All right. I'm going to use this platter I have here, put these on, and then I'll get the other chicken going. Okay. Here we go. Garbage bowl overfloweth. Okay. Oh, this looks so good. It smells amazing. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to put half of this in the chicken and half of, well, not even half in the beans. So I'm going to go ahead, since this is done first, I'm going to go ahead and pour some in here. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Doesn't that look so nice? I know it looks kind of weird with all the different colors, but to me it smells amazing, so that makes it taste so good. Okay, that there, stir that in. I might not even put the cilantro in there. I don't think I will. I think that's enough in there. If it needs it, I might sprinkle a little bit on my individual tacos, but I think this is enough. I don't want to overpower it, especially since it's going to be in with the chicken as well. Slight adjustments, that's fine. Put a little lime juice over this. Give that fresh taste. Okay, let's turn this chicken over. Okay, as soon as that is done, we will go ahead and pour that on top and we'll start plating. I'm going to show you. I had picked up some amazing tortilla shells. They are called 313 Urban Tacos, and I've talked about these before, but if you didn't hear it, these the 313 is actually Detroit's original area code. So being in Michigan, I think that's very cool. I like to buy local as much as I possibly can. If the ingredients fit what I like to eat, I like to eat clean and fresh as much as possible. This one it's plant-based, which I like to eat more plant-based than meat. So I believe that meat is a side dish, not a main dish. You're supposed to have more plants on your plate. This is dairy-free, soy-free, zero trans fat, no sugar added, no peanut or, it's peanut and nut-free, and it's gluten-free. So, I mean, and then on the bottom here it says no animal byproducts, cholesterol-free, and no palm oil. I mean, it pretty much is one of the best tortillas that I've seen on the market. So I was excited to see those. I'm going to cut this chicken up here just into a little bit more smaller pieces to be able to fit into this little taco shell. Let's see how those are doing. Over here. Okay, they're not quite done yet, but so what I'm going to do is I am going to take those out. and put these in and put that sauce in so I can build the taco real quick. Okay. There we go. Okay. Ooh, that is done. That was cooked. That pan was screaming hot. Not that much. Not that much. Okay. Do it that way. And let's pour this in. Turn that down a little bit. Stir that, turn that heat off, because this one's done. Okay. I'm going to return this. I'm going to cut this up because it'll cook faster, and then return it back into the pan. I think that'll be the winner chicken dinner. Okay. Like a shredded chicken. Just give that a minute to cook. And as soon as that is done, we will plate it up. And we are back, and it is done. The chicken is done. We want to make sure that we don't have any undercooked chicken. So I'm going to take one of these amazing local corn tortillas. And on the bottom here, I'm going to do the black beans with these red Anaheim peppers, onions, and garlic. And then I'm going to take a couple pieces of chicken. I think you could even use shredded chicken with this if you had like one of those, the roasted chickens from like the grocery store that you brought in. Just totally make it a faster night of cooking. And then I'm going to add a little bit of red cabbage for some crunch. And a little bit of the cilantro just for fresh taste. Alright, going in. A very nice layering of flavor. Very nice. The red bell pepper in here, or Anaheim pepper, just that gives that little sweetness, that freshness that it needs. The sauce on both, it's two different distinct flavors because I added the onion and garlic and the red pepper in this one, and just the sauce in there. A little bit of that fresh cilantro on top, and the crunch of the cabbage is perfect. If this is something that you'd like to see more of, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the like button, and share this video with others if you think that they would enjoy it as well. Join me next time on Taco Tuesday.